Welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss the topic verbs perfect tenses. Before starting with this topic, let us recapitulate what we studied in the previous chapters because the previous chapters were related to this chapter only. So what were the previous chapters, children? We studied the simple present tense, the simple past tense and the future time, simple future. After that, we will study the perfect tenses. In this topic, we will discuss 6 types of tenses. So they will be perfect tenses and the perfect continuous tenses. So before starting with the topic, once again let us talk about that what is a tense. So tense shows time in language. So it talks about the action that has happened, that will happen in the future or that is happening in the present. So for that we will see the perfect tenses. So before starting with, let us know what does perfect mean here. Perfect exactly means in this tense that it is complete or completed. So here we will talk about all the tenses where the action has just been completed or completed in the past and is still continuing in the present or will happen in the future or will be happening in the future. So let us start with the very first topic, that is present perfect tense. In the present perfect tense, we talk about an action, or the present perfect tense refers to an action that has been completed at the time of speaking or the moment of speaking. Means when somebody speaks about any action, it has already been completed at the moment when the person speaks. For that, what is the rule of present perfect tense? So here we will see on the whiteboard the rule or the form, how to form a present perfect tense is using have or has plus the past participle form of the main verb. So, such as, for example, she has ironed the clothes. Here, has is the auxiliary verb and ironed is the main verb. So here with the help of has ironed, we have used which tense? We have used the present perfect tense. Now why we have used has? Because the subject she is here singular. So for a singular subject we will use a singular verb. For a plural subject we will use a plural verb here. Now the same sentence when we want to change in the negative form. How to change the same present perfect tense into negative form? For that we will add not in the sentence and we will write it like this. She has not ironed the clothes. Now here we will use not and we will make the sentence negative. After that, how to frame the same sentence or change the same sentence into interrogative in a question statement? For that, we will interchange the place of the subject and the auxiliary verb. So, what we will do? We will just interchange their positions. So, we will use the auxiliary verb has in the beginning and then the subject after that she. So, has she ironed the clothes? So, this is the interrogative form of the same sentence. So students, you have seen here the same sentence has been changed into 3 forms. So the first is the present perfect tense. The second, in the same tense, the tense is same, present perfect, but it is in negative form. And the third sentence is in interrogative form. Let us talk about the second tense in the topic, that is past perfect tense. After studying the present perfect tense, let us talk about the past perfect tense. So what is past perfect tense, children? Past perfect tense refers to an action that has completed in the past, in some point of time, at some point of time in the past, and it is already done, over. So for that, how do we use, what is the formation of past perfect tense? So past perfect tense is formed with the help of had plus the past participle form of the main verb. So we use had in the with the subject, and then we add the past participle form of the main verb. For example, the boys had hidden the crackers before the teacher entered the class. So here if we take this example from the textbook, from your grammar book, so here we will see that it is already written had hidden. So had is the past perfect tense with along with the main verb hidden, that is in the past participle form. Now one more thing in this particular example that we should notice is there are two actions showing in this sentence. Let us see which one. The boys had hidden. This is the first action that happened earlier before the second action took place. What is the second action, children? In this example, before the teacher entered the class. So what is this? This is simple past tense. So this is simple past tense, and this is past perfect tense. Now why we have used two tenses here? Let me explain. We have used two tenses in this particular sentence. We can use the main past perfect tense, or we can use the simple past tense also along with that. When we use two tenses in the same sentence, especially past perfect tense and simple past, always remember the past perfect tense is used for the action that happened earlier or takes the place first, that happened first, and simple past is used for the second action that happened after the first action. So for the first action, that was hiding the crackers, was the first, and that's why it got past perfect, it became past perfect in form. And the second action of the teacher that who entered, for that we gave simple past tense. So this is the very basic thing which we should remember. Now we will see or talk about future perfect tense. So what is future perfect tense? Future perfect tense refers to an action that will be completed in a specific time, at a specific time in this future. So for that we use future perfect tense, that any action that will happen or take place will be completed at a specific time in the future. And what is the form of this particular tense? Let us see here on the whiteboard. The future perfect tense is formed with the help of will plus have plus the past participle form of the main verb. How? Let us see one example, two examples to make it clear. By 4 o'clock tomorrow, he will have submitted his report. So here a specific time is given, by 4 o'clock tomorrow, and in that time the action will take place. So what is it? It talks about future. That's any action that will happen in the future at a specific point of time or a time. So here he will have submitted. The past participle form of the main verb is here given. Another example, children, we will see the roads will have been repaired by next month. Now why this example I have taken, children? I have taken this example to show that this particular sentence is in passive voice. So in this particular sentence, here the roads cannot be repaired by itself. Okay, so for that this sentence is in passive form, so we have added been here to make the sense clear. So in such sentences we use been with the tense and the sentence becomes quite clear. So the roads will have been repaired by next month. One more point which we shall remember here is how to form the negative and interrogative of future perfect tenses. So here you can see, children, in the negative we will add not before, in between will and have. In between will and have we will add not to make the sentence in negative. After that, to change the same sentence or the future perfect tense into interrogative, how we will begin? We will bring the auxiliary verb. We will write the auxiliary verb will first, and then we will use the subject, whatever the subject may be according to the sentence, and then we will use have, and then we will use past participle form of the main verb. So this is the formation of future perfect tense in negative and interrogative. The next is the continuous form of these tenses. Now the perfect tenses have the continuous form. Continuous means already that is in progress, the action that is in progress. So present perfect continuous tense refers to an action that started in the past and is continued at the moment of speaking. When something is spoken about the action, this action is still in continuation. So here we will see that how the present perfect continuous tense is formed. For that we will see on the whiteboard once again, children, where we will use have or has plus been plus the present participle form of the verb. So please do notice that in the perfect tenses we used the past participle form of the verbs, but as these tenses are in continuation or continuous forms, so we will use the present participle form of the verbs with the auxiliaries. So here we will see that one example, she has been coming here regularly. Here you can see, children, that has is used with the singular subject she, been is added, and after that ing form of or the present participle form of the main verb come has become coming. So she has been coming here regularly. This is the present perfect continuous form. Means the action that started in the past but is still continued at the time of speaking, at the moment of speaking. Now how to form the same sentence into negative? We will use not between has and been coming. So she has not been coming here regularly. It became a negative sentence. And the same sentence, if we want to change into interrogative or into question statement, for that we will interchange the position of the subject and the auxiliary verb, not the main verb but the auxiliary verb. So has she been coming here regularly? And then we will place a question mark after the sentence. So this is present perfect continuous tense. Now we will study about past perfect continuous tense. So children, here we will first know about that past perfect continuous tense refers to an action that has started in the past and has gone for a long period of time in the past. Means it shows a long duration of any action that started in the past and has continued in the past for a long time. So after that it also states any other action or event. So here past perfect continuous tense shows or refers to an action that happened, started in the past and continued in the past for a long period of time. For this we will see how it is formed. So past perfect continuous tense is formed with the help of had plus been plus the present participle form of the verb. For example, they had been visiting the hill station for the last 10 years. So here you can see, children, that it is a long duration of time. The action had been visiting is the action started in the past and it continued for a long period of time. So period of time means that starts in the past for a long time and continued for a period of time, long time. One more important thing to remember with this tense, that is past perfect continuous tense, as we studied in the past perfect tense, not continuous, but in the past perfect tense also we studied that we can use the same tense, past perfect tense, along with one more tense, that is simple past, to show another action. In the same way, in past perfect continuous tense also, to show any other event or action that happened in the past, we can use simple past tense also along with this tense. Now, in this topic, the last tense, that is future perfect continuous tense. So this tense shows or refers to an action that will continue into the future for a specific time. So it will continue in the future for a long time. So what is here the formation of this future perfect continuous tense? That is will plus have plus been plus the present participle form of the verb. For example, when she finally arrives in India, she will have been traveling. She will have been traveling. So here we can see that will is used, then have plus been and the present participle form of the main verb, that is traveling. So this future perfect continuous tense is rarely used. It is not very common to use in the tenses, but we just, for our knowledge and for information, sometimes it is used, so we study about this tense. One more thing, that the negative and the interrogative of this tense is rarely formed. So these are the tenses which we studied in today's topic, the 6 topics that were present perfect tense, past perfect tense, then future perfect tense. After that, their continuous forms, present perfect continuous tense, then past perfect continuous tense, and the future perfect continuous tense. So children, please do revise these topics again from the grammar book and try to revise and practice the exercises that will help you to understand these tenses nicely. Till then, thank you.